Hi Cancer, welcome back to my channel Tarot Z. I am Z and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what are the messages that come through the cards that come out in this reading for you today. So let's begin. Let's find out what messages and what cards come out. Thank you so much for joining and for being here for the reading. So the first card we have is the Knight of Pentacles. You do have Earth sign energy with this. You could be dealing with a Virgo, a Taurus, or even a Capricorn. You have a Chariot, and we also have Cancer energy. You could be dealing with another Cancer. And we have the Four of Wands. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Cups. So this Ten of Cups showing up here at the bottom of the deck, this does feel like a very harmonious energy. I also feel that this is a pretty successful energy, especially for a relationship, and this does feel like a strong connection. I also feel like with this Ten of Cups showing up here at the bottom of the deck, this does feel like being able to actually have an idea and even a vision about the future of a connection and thinking about being able to reach this place. I do feel like this comes from being in a space of contentment, especially emotionally in a situation. And I do feel like this is there's a lot of thought going towards what the future can look like and that happily ever after within connection. Do you feel like there's a strong commitment over here as well? But with this Knight of Pentacles, this does feel like an energy of someone coming towards you. Do you feel like this is somebody who you are meeting that is coming toward, that has been thinking about coming towards you for some time? I do feel like this does feel like an energy of somebody who's acting from a space of preparation, having had put a lot of thought into what they're going to do, their actions, and even just their movement forward. But with the Knight of Pentacles, this does feel like a very slow moving energy, but I do feel like it's pretty steady. And I do also feel like it's a pretty solid offer that they're making you when it comes to something that someone is offering you and someone that you are meeting. With this Knight of Pentacles, this does feel like you are dealing with someone who is pretty down to earth. I do also feel like this is someone who's quite thoughtful, and even just somebody who does also think a lot and plan a lot in some way. But with this Chariot card, this also feels like forward movement. And I do feel like this is also an energy of being in a space where it's like there is a determination to be able to actually experience progress. So there is a sense of having a goal in mind. And I do feel like it's something that is reciprocated, something that you have in common with this person. There's a desire to be able to reach a certain goal. And I do feel like with that Ten of Cups, this feels like having an intention to reach a certain vision. And even when it comes to making a situation work, especially a connection, having a connection that leads to this place and having really this sense of commitment as well as the sense of connection. I do feel like with that Knight of Pentacles, this does feel like an energy of moving in a way that's very thought out. And I do feel like also having a lot of consideration for the way in which things play out, and also the way in which somebody is able to have your best interest in mind when it comes to their ability to approach you, as well as just as far as being able to actually enter into a connection. But I do feel like with the Knight of Pentacles, this is someone new coming into your life. I do feel like this is somebody who is also quite diligent, quite responsible, but I do also feel this is someone who is a bit of an over planner or an overthinker. And I do feel like at times that could be something that can lead to a delay. It could also lead to missed opportunities. But I do feel like this feels like a lot of preparation also and contemplation gone into their approaching you. But with this Four of Wands showing up over here, this feels like an energy of being able to have a strong foundation between two people who are actually a very great match. Do you feel like it's like you're equally yoked in a lot of ways? And I do feel like with the Four of Wands, there's also a celebratory energy. So this does also feel like an energy of being in a social scene. Do you feel like when you come across this person, or when you may have met this person, it's in an out and about energy when you're out in the social life. And I do feel like with this Four of Wands, this also feels like an energy of being able to have complementing energies. I also get that with the Chariot, and I do feel like that's why it's like you are moving towards the same goal, and it's also a lot of reason for a lot of progress in this connection. I'm going to clarify these cards. So we have the Fool, And we have the Six of Wands, and we have the Three of Cups. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Swords. So this Fool card showing up over here, this is an energy of really being in a space where somebody is ready to take a leap of faith. I do also feel that this is a very courageous energy as far as being able to embrace something and actually have courage to take action. And do you feel like this person is taking action towards you? I do feel like this also feels like an energy of this person being in a space where they feel prepared, they feel ready to act. I also feel like they are quite excited about being able to approach you. It does feel like an energy of being in a space where they have a lot of hope for the future with you as well. But I do feel that with the Six of Wands showing up over here, this is a pretty successful energy. It feels like a victory. I do feel like with the Chariot card, this is also a pretty successful energy. And when it comes to obstacles that come in your way, this is about being able to get through those as well. So I do feel like with the Six of Wands, this feels like a pretty strong energy for being able to have a connection that is successful. And I do feel like it's because of having two people looking out at the same vision that they're approaching. And I also feel that with the Six of Wands, this does feel like an energy of being able to work towards that and be successful. I do feel like with the Six of Wands, this also feels like a pretty public energy. So I do also get that with that Four of Wands. This does feel like having a sense of community and having, I do feel like a lot of there's also a lot of people that are in the know of your connection, even with the Ten of Cups. But I do feel like it's supportive energy. With the Three of Cups, this feels like friendship. I do feel like there's a sense of strong friendship and companionship. I do feel like with this Three of Cups showing up over here, this feels like being able to take a friendship to the next level and moving it to something deeper. And I do feel like with this Three of Cups, this also feels like energy of being in a social setting. So I do feel like it's being out and surrounded by people you care about and people who care about you and who love you. So the Three of Cups showing up over here, this friendship energy. I also get that this is supportive energy, especially as far as your relationships. And with the Queen of Swords showing up over here, this does feel like having a lot of clarity. Do you feel like there's a lot of clarity as far as the future and what someone wants? And I also feel that the communication is also one that's very clear and is also clearing a lot up. And I do feel like with this Queen of Swords energy, it's pretty direct. It's pretty straight to the point when it comes to what's the next move, what's the next action. I do feel like with that Fool card, this is an energy of being open to taking the next step. I'm going to clarify these cards. So we have new love, we have wedding, and we have soulmates. So this new love card showing up over here, I do feel like with this Knight of Pentacles, this is somebody new coming into your life. I also feel that this is an energy of being able to actually have a slow progression or a slow burn that is one that is leading to something solid and something long term. I do feel like with this new love card showing up over here that this does also feel like somebody feeling something very deeply for you. It's like you are stirring up their romantic feelings within this situation for them. And I feel like with the Fool card, there is a sense of being brave enough to actually explore that and also be open to that. So I do feel that energy of taking a leap of faith. There's going to be a new connection, a new love, and I do feel like a new chapter within a love. So the wedding card showing up over here, I do feel like this is pretty successful energy when it comes to reaching a goal. There could be a level of commitment that you aspire to, and I do feel like this does feel like a connection that's headed towards being able to get there. Do you feel like this connection is one that feels like a soulmate-like connection with the soulmate card coming up over here? Do you feel like there is also some questioning and even some going back and forth within someone's mind about just how deep and how true those feelings are? But with the soulmate card showing up over here, this is really about believing those feelings that are coming up. Do you also feel like when it comes to taking action in this connection, it's coming from this place where it's like you are actually affecting this person in a way that is allowing them to feel the strong sense of connection in this connection? It does feel like with the soulmate card showing up over here, that this does feel like a different kind of connection. It's out of the ordinary. Once you get with this 10 of Cups, there's a lot of hope for where things can get to. It's like there is a vision for the long term as well that somebody is aspiring to. With the Queen of Swords, this does feel like an energy of being quite straightforward about it. I also get that with the Chariot card. And I also feel that with the Chariot card showing up over here, this does feel like being able to take steps forward towards really getting to a place that you want to get to with this person. So I feel like as far as those goals, those desires of reaching a certain point within your connection, it's mutual. I also get with this Queen of Swords, this is also an energy of somebody who may have experienced and even done the work based upon past experiences and coming into this connection with a idea of what they want, but also an idea of what they're not going to tolerate to get that. So I do feel like this is a very wise energy, also an energy of having had learned lessons from past experiences. So I do feel like with this Queen of Swords showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of really being open to having a very straightforward approach within this connection. And I do feel like it is also allowing for there to be no ambiguity. So when it comes to what you are wanting, I do feel like there's a sense of having and being on the same page with someone. And I do feel like with the Fool card, this feels like it had an adventurous energy, especially when it comes to the journeying in this connection. I do feel like when it comes to that personal and individual learning of any kind of experiences experienced in the past, it's really allowing somebody to be open to being able to actually go on a journey in the connection. And I do feel like it's also allowing for them to show up in a way that allows for them to be more safe in your connection. So I do feel like this does feel like a new person coming in with that Knight of Pentacles, but I also feel like this is reaching a new chapter and a new level within your connection. So those are the messages I'm getting with these cards for you, Cancer, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Cancer.